So I was very scared for these elections.
Why are you guys dating? Calligraph Jones or Octopizzo?
Pencil. You know, this decision will plague me for the rest of my life. Learn those lyrics in 24 hours. Nigerians, for example, they only play their music.
Are you making money out of music, or you're still investing in music? Ladies and gentlemen, today I am in Berlin because I came to Berlin with a reason, because there's somebody that I have to meet who is very important to us, and we have tried to get her, but at long last we got her. And it was worth coming to Berlin because Alicia is somebody that I will not explain a lot. She's going to explain what she is and what she does and everything. But Alicia is an what they call this thing, EAGT, East Africa Got Talent candidate, and also the Voice of Germany candidate. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't have to talk a lot. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Alisha Popat.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited that you guys managed to come to Berlin from Frankfurt to come and do this podcast. I feel like I'm back at home, and that gives me a really good feeling.
Okay, that's very nice. I'm very happy to see you, Alicia, because I've been following for a very long time now. I think the first time I saw you was when you did that music with Mustafa. That was, I don't know when, 10 years ago.
I think over 10 years. I think that must have been almost 15 years ago.
That's the first time when you were singing in Hindu, I think so.
In Hindi, yeah.
Yeah, again, yeah. Exactly. I'm putting some German words in all.
I know. Don't even ask me Kiswahili at the moment because everything is coming out German. Okay, I'm learning German, and so all of my languages are mixing.
Okay, Alicia, before we go on, so me, I know you. A lot of people there know you, but there are people who I knew who don't know you.
Right.
Who is Alisha Popat?
Who is Alisha Popat? Yeah. So I'm a Kenyan singer-songwriter. I was born in Kenya, fifth generation, very proud. And I've been singing since I was, I don't even know, since I was 2 years old. I always knew I wanted to be a musician. Okay. But obviously my parents wanted me to get a degree in anything else to fall back on. So I'm a journalist major, I have a master's in journalism. Okay. But a singer-songwriter and very, very family-orientated girl who loves to travel and sing and meet new people.
Okay, so you were born and raised in Kenya?
Absolutely.
Okay, where did you go to school?
So I went to school to Kenton College.
Kenton College, okay. Is it in Nairobi?
It's in Nairobi.
In Nairobi,
and then from Kenton, Kobe to kindergarten, then Kenton College. Okay. And then went to 1 year of Premier Academy. Yeah. Really didn't like it. I really didn't like it. Okay. And then I actually asked my parents to send me to boarding school with my best friend.
Sure, boarding school.
I asked my parents. Imagine, I'm so close to them, but I just was so unhappy in the school that I was at. Yeah. So my best friend at the time was going to the school in South Africa. Okay. And I remember seeing the prospectus, the cover page, and it had a girl with a guitar and a girl on a boat rafting, and I said, that's the school I want to go to. Okay. So then I spent the next 10 years in South Africa.
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Where in South Africa exactly?
In Cape Town.
In Cape Town?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never been there. I've never been to Cape Town.
It's absolutely
stunning. I've never been to Cape Town. I've never traveled so much in Africa, I can say.
Really?
I've traveled so much in Europe. I've been in almost all major cities in Europe, but I've never been to South Africa.
I can tell you that you're missing out.
Yeah?
You're really missing out.
I've never traveled in Africa. And next week I'm going to Milan in Italy. Yeah. Yeah, but Africa is something I've been to Amsterdam, Milan, London,
You've never been to Namibia,
Paris,
Botswana, Zambia, Malawi, Mozambique?
Never.
No,
you know one thing, if I want to fly to Africa, the first thing I think of is Kenya.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's the same.
So I go to Kenya, meet my families and everything, the time is out, then I come back to Europe.
Yeah, that's the problem with us when we're living in Germany, is your holidays are always just consisting of wanting to go home.
Exactly. So you said your dream career as a kid was to be a singer.
Yes.
That's absolutely different from other kids, because me, I remember when I was a kid, when my parents asked me, hey, Shaq, what do you want to be? I want to be a pilot.
Or a doctor, or a
Or a
lawyer.
doctor, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you wanted to be a singer.
Yeah, I've never wanted to be anything else.
Okay.
Never, ever.
And what was the reaction of your parents when you told them you want to be a singer?
Well, when I was young, they were like, "Oh, great." When I was older, and I'm like, "I still want to be a singer," they were thinking, "What is wrong with this girl? What is she going to do? What's her future going to look like?"
Oh, yeah.
And they were supportive for sure in some respects,
Mm-hmm.
but all they said to me, and I totally agree with them now, is just do a degree in anything else, so that if
Okay,
music doesn't work out, you have something to fall back on.
That's very important.
It's important, but on the other side of the coin, I wish that they were a little more, I wish that they pushed me a little more towards going and doing a degree in music.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Either in production or music management or something.
Okay.
Because I never wanted to be anything else. I was never confused about my career choice.
Okay.
And I think it would have really helped me. All of those years that I lost doing my BA and my master's, I could have been doing a degree in music.
Okay. So you just say you have a master's in journalism, yeah? Can you imagine working as a journalist?
Sure. I mean, in the future, absolutely. I love to write, and my writing has really helped me, with social media and with what I'm doing right now. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
You're not sure.
I'm not sure. If something really interesting came up in broadcasting, in TV broadcasting, or writing for travel vlogs or travel pieces, then I would consider it. But I'm not sure that's really what I want to do going forward.
Have you tried Deutsche Welle?
Tried?
Deutsche Welle. I mean, they always offer some kind of courses, and they pay you.
Really?
Yeah. If you go to their website, you can check. I'm not 100% sure, but it used to be like that.
Really?
Even there's a lady in Kenya, I can't remember her name, but she works with the radio in Kenya. She did it here in Berlin.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you can go to their website and look. Maybe they teach people about broadcasting and everything.
Ah, interesting.
And the conditions are you must have a master in journalism.
Oh, okay, well, I have that.
Just go at their website, look out if there's anything over there. I know sometimes back they were offering such like courses to Africans and everything, people from Africa.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
I think, if I moved back to Kenya and in the future, and if there was a possibility in a career in broadcasting, I would totally take it. I would consider it for sure. But for now, I'm still on the music hustle.
Okay, you're still in the music
Forever
hustle.
on the music hustle.
Okay, still in the music. So, Alicia, do you listen to your own music?
I find it very hard to do that, actually.
Sure.
Yes, I really do. Once it's out there, so I listen to it a lot before it gets released, obviously, because I really want to know what I'm putting out there. I want it to be perfect. But up until the release date, and after the release date, I find it very difficult to go back and listen to my songs. So when people just play my music, I'm like, oh my goodness.
My goodness.
I don't know why that is. I mean, I love my music.
You love your music?
Surely.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't put it out there. But it's hard to listen to.
What kind of music do you listen to?
Actually, all of my friends know this. I love indie folk, so singer-songwriter kind of music.
Okay.
I am a very big Angus and Julia Stone fan.
Okay.
London Grammar, Rosie Golan,
Okay.
Florence and the Machines. Yeah, Paolo Nutini, Paper Kites. That's the kind of music that I listen to.
Okay, that's very good. That's very good. And Alicia, always when I look at your social media, you're always smiling.
I'm always smiling.
You're always smiling.
That's true.
Can you be angry?
It takes a very, very long time to get me angry. Nothing makes me angry easily. Okay. But when I get angry, the whole world stops.
Explodes.
It explodes. But it takes a lot to get me angry. I don't believe in some of my friends say that I walk around life wearing rose-colored glasses, And it's not that I'm naive. I'm not naive. I just prefer to see the best in situations and the best in people.
Okay.
And that's the way I want to live in my world.
So, what can I do right now for you to throw me out of this house you are? get angry with me and throw me out of this. What can I do?
I mean, you could say something bad about my family.
Okay.
That would definitely.
Okay, I won't do that.
That would definitely.
I just want to know what can make you angry.
Yeah, something bad about my family or the people that I love, and then there's trouble.
Okay, and you know, if people watch your videos, a lot of people think you are Latino.
Do they really?
Yeah, because you can dance very good. I saw that Despacito
Oh no,
cover where you
can't dance. No.
Sure, you can dance.
Oh no, I think so. I had some help there with some friends who taught me the dance. I'm actually not a great dancer.
Okay.
I'm a good dancer when it comes to like being in the club, but any kind of choreographed dancing, I'm not great at. I'm good salsa, that kind of thing, but I could definitely, one of my biggest regrets in life, genuinely, is that I did not carry on with dance practices when I was younger.
Okay, because yesterday I was showing one Italian friend of mine your videos, and then he told me, is she a Latina? I said, no, she's not a Latina, she's a Kenyan. And then he was like, no, this lady is not a Kenyan. So my next question, how do people react when you tell them you are a Kenyan?
It depends. I mean, in Kenya, not any really big reactions.
No, Kenya, there's no issue. I mean, here in Germany.
Here, people seem very confused. And it's always followed up by another question. So they'll be like, oh, so you're Kenyan, but where are you actually from?
Exactly.
And I say, Kenya.
That's
they're
what
like, okay, but like where? And I know exactly what they're trying to say. And I'm like, Indian descent, Kenyan, fifth generation. But I hate that I have to say that.
Yeah.
It should just be enough to say,
Kenyan.
I'm Kenyan.
That thing happens to my daughter too. I told you I've got a daughter,
Yeah.
and she's a half caste, half German, half African. And one time when she was still she was in a university in a town called Wolfsburg. It's not far from Nuremberg.
Yeah.
Those days she was doing a bachelor, and then she was sitting in a train, and then an old lady came and sat next to her, and asked her, where do you come from? She said, I'm German, because she was born here. Of course, she traveled on German passport, she speaks perfect German, she's German. No, where exactly? She was so pissed off. I'll say it in German. Ich habe zu dir gesagt, ich bin Deutsch, und das ist alles. That's it, yeah.
And I wonder why. I wonder why it's so difficult for people to grasp.
To understand that.
It was also the same actually in South Africa, which seems crazy. But people would ask me, "So where are you from?" Kenya. But what are you? What am I? I'm Kenyan.
You're Kenyan.
And I would find it very weird because people were just waiting for me to say Indian. And I'm equally as proud of my Indian heritage as I am as my Kenyan citizenship.
Yeah.
But I just feel like being Kenyan is, I'm so proud of it, and I hate that I have to justify it.
Yeah, okay.
I hate that I have to justify it. Even in Kenya, sometimes I have to justify it. They're like, oh really, are you really Kenyan? I'm like, yes, I'm Kenyan. My dad's Kenyan. My grandfather's Kenyan. My grandfather's grandfather's Kenyan.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's frustrating.
Me, when I tell people I'm Kenyan, the first question that comes, are you Maasai?
Really?
Yeah, the first question that I ask, are you Maasai? I said, no, I'm not Maasai. The second question, can you run?
Oh, wow. Yeah, I hear that a lot. I heard that in America. They'll be like, oh, you must be a good runner. And I'm like, nope, I only run when someone's chasing me.
Yeah. So, Alicia, there's a story I saw yesterday you posted on your EAGT that you slept in a tent with a poisonous snake. You have already told me the story, but people out there would like to know how it happens. What happened?
I knew that if I put that reel out, people would ask.
Yeah.
So the reel was titled the craziest experiences I've had.
Exactly.
And so one of these experiences was I was on a 5-day hike in Chiang Mai in Thailand. And it was one of those hikes where you don't stay in a hotel or anything, not even a tent.
Okay.
Like a lot of the nights we were just sleeping on the ground with a sleeping bag under the stars. And but one of the days there was some stilts, like a place on stilts, just a platform with a roof.
Okay.
Nothing on either side.
Okay.
But a mosquito net.
Okay.
And went to sleep that night, no problem. A friend of mine woke me up in the morning by tapping me and saying, Alicia, don't freak out. but there is a snake wrapped around your ankle.
Wow.
Yeah.
What kind of snake was that?
It was. I later found out it was a green pit viper. Very poisonous snake.
Very poisonous.
And so I was like, don't joke with me. And they said, no, there is a green pit viper. And I looked down, and its head was facing the other direction, thank goodness, but its tail was just coiled around me.
Okay.
And I was just frozen, absolutely frozen. And then the two Thai guards came and said, what color? And I said, green. And they said, don't move. I'm like, I'm not moving. They took a catapult, which was quite sad, obviously, but there was no other way to get the snake away.
Option,
and they, yeah.
Okay.
But yes, that happened. That happened.
Did you scream?
I didn't scream. I think I was in shock. I was just in shock. So, and honestly, I took my camera out to take a picture because I didn't think that anybody would believe me.
Okay.
So I have pictures of it as well.
And then there's another thing you also posted, that you sang at the FIFA World Cup in 2010. I remember that time Shakira was, released an anthem for that
Waka Waka.
World Cup, Waka Waka.
Yeah.
So tell us about it. How did it happen? How did you get the connections and everything?
It was all luck on my side, honestly.
Yeah.
I was still a small time musician.
Okay.
And Eric Wainaina was chosen to do a song with Luis Obala.
Okay.
And Salim and Suleiman Merchant,
Okay.
who I got to know through my aunt, actually. And when they were thinking about having a sort of a female backing singer, I think through my connections with Eric Wainaina and Salim and Suleiman, they said, hey, let's give Alicia a chance.
Okay, that helped you.
Oh, it was the craziest experience of my life, because here I am on a stage with these incredible musicians. I mean, musicians that I can only ever dream to one day sing like. People who I've looked up to all my life.
Okay.
And I'm singing in front of 80,000 people,
Yeah,
a song
that's
about
amazing.
Africa to Africa. And it was honestly, I don't know how to explain it, but...
And you can imagine that's a stage that the whole world is looking up to, you know?
It was...
the whole world is looking onto that stage, the opening of FIFA World Cup, you know?
Yeah, if I tell you that one singular moment, the one singular moment in my life where I just knew that is where I belonged, and that nothing was going to stop me from getting back to stages like that, it was that moment.
Okay, did you have a chance to meet, what do they call this lady, this Waka Waka lady? Shakira.
No, we didn't get to meet her, but we were on stage right before she was. So we walked past each other in the hall before she went on.
But it's amazing just to appear. Each and every artist is dreaming of such a thing.
Oh, it was crazy.
You know, it's
This is the thing, Shaq. Like, I've had amazing, very lucky experiences. They haven't ever led to a breakthrough for me, which has been really frustrating, I would say. But I can never complain about my life or my career as a singer, because I've had so many amazing experiences, met so many amazing musicians, learned so much, traveled the world making it. So yeah, I have nothing to complain about. I wish that all of these amazing opportunities led to a breakthrough for me in my career.
Okay. So let's talk about your time. You were at Ogopa DJs, yeah?
Yes.
Who was there by that time? Nyashinsky was there?
Shinsky was there.
Avril, Kenzo Matata.
Kenzo, size 8.
Okay. Isa.
Who else was there at the time? There was so many artists at that. King Kanja, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, there were lots of artists there at that time.
Okay. And this song, or Let the Rain. Did you released it with the Gopa DJs?
Yes,
huh?
I did.
It was your first song.
It was my first ever song. The first song I ever wrote from scratch. The first song I ever put out into the world.
Okay.
That was an original. And yeah, I put so much time and effort and love into that song, and I'm really proud of it. But I see that I've come a very long way.
Okay. Who produced it?
It was Gopa DJs.
Gopa DJs.
Yeah.
Okay. Who particular? Which producer? You don't remember?
I can't really remember.
You can't remember.
It's terrible. It's terrible.
Okay,
that
no
I can't
problem,
remember.
no problem. But that music, you know, I've searched that music. I love that music. That's why I'm talking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking about that music because I love that music. I can only watch it on YouTube.
I know.
It's nowhere to be seen in any streaming platforms. Why?
I think I was young
Mm-hmm.
and inexperienced, and I didn't really understand how the music industry works.
Okay.
So I just put it out there for people to hear, for exposure and for
Okay.
a video, and I honestly don't know what the master is.
Mhm.
But you gave me some really good advice this morning, and that is to rework the song
Exactly.
and put it out there. And I think I'm going to take you up on that.
Exactly. Because I can tell you, to me, I don't know, but to me, that music is a Grammy material.
Really?
Yeah, it's got
Aw.
now on YouTube 122K views.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big number. That's a big number, really.
Yeah.
And
I'm very proud of it. That's for
I
sure.
always listen to that music. I always listen to that. That's the best for me. That's the best music that I got from you.
Really?
Yeah, that's the best music.
Oh wow! I feel very humbled that that's my first
Yeah.
song. So I think I
Okay.
need to definitely take you up on your advice and
Okay.
rework it.
Okay, let's talk about this song you released with Colonel Mustafa. How did the connection come? You met him, or he called you, or you called him, or what happened?
I think he called me.
He called you.
me. Or maybe it was a mutual agreement from Ogopa DJs when I was doing Ole Rain. They said,
Yeah.
"Oh, you should do a song with Colonel Mustafa."
Yeah.
And then we got to know each other. He's a very, very nice guy.
Okay.
It's not really my kind of music at all. It's not my
Okay.
my style, but I was really excited to just collaborate with him and try something different.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it was a great experience.
Were you guys dating?
No.
No.
We're not dating. I was
The reason I'm
dating
asking
somebody
that,
else.
everyone in Kenya knows Colonel Mustafa.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a macho.
Yeah.
He's a macho man. I mean, he dated, I think, Huda, the boss chick,
Yeah.
and then there was certain. I don't remember all his what they call this, all his girls, but I know it was somebody who each and every girl liked to talk to. Yeah, and
Right.
pick up that girl. That's what I was asking. Are you guys?
No, we were not dating.
It was just music.
Just music. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's very
I
nice.
had a steady boyfriend at the time, and Colonel Mustafa was he was a good friend.
He's a good friend. And what about Isa? Did you have the time to meet Isa, or did you meet Isa?
Briefly, very, very briefly.
And then
I met-
afterwards he died or something.
Yeah.
That-
I met a lot of people from Ogopa DJs very briefly. I didn't
Yeah.
get to spend a lot of time with them, but I mean, Isa, I used to listen to his music growing up, and so it was incredibly sad when he passed.
Okay, for our German viewers who don't know Isa was one of the greatest rappers in Kenya.
Yeah.
I mean, he's compared to Tupac.
Absolutely.
I mean, he's the Tupac of Kenya. Yeah.
We hold him in very high esteem.
Yeah, that guy was a legend. Yeah, so Alicia, now after all these things, you decided to move to Germany. Yeah?
Yes.
Why?
So, life just happens. This was not a plan. This was really not a plan. I love Kenya. I want to live in Kenya and I want to die in Kenya.
Your partner is German.
My partner's Austrian.
Austrian.
Yeah, he's
exactly.
Austrian.
Okay.
And we had just got engaged, actually.
Mhm.
And he decided that he was going to go back to his parents. And he flew, and I had a bad feeling about it. I just had a bad feeling. Like, he was supposed to come back 2 weeks later. We were supposed to look for wedding venues. And then the borders closed. Kenya's borders and Austrian borders.
Yeah, exactly.
So we were not able to see each other for 8.5 months.
I remember that time.
Yeah.
It was
So
a really
I had
terrible time.
I had to get out of my apartment on my own, go back and live with my parents,
Okay.
and we couldn't see each other for 8.5 months. In that time, he got a good opportunity here in Berlin
Okay.
and gave me a call and said, "What do you think?" And at that time, musicians weren't making anything in that,
It
and
was so
so-
bad. I remember Calligraph Jones was.
Imagine the suffering.
Yeah, I remember that time Calligraph Jones flew with the president.
Yeah.
To open up, yeah,
It's so
exactly.
crazy.
Yeah.
And so at this point, we just decided to make the move, take it as an adventure, and see where it goes. Always knowing that home is always there. We can always move back home.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what's your take about Germany? What do you think about Germany?
Wow.
Just be open. Don't.
No.
Just be open to any Kenyan who wants to come to Germany. Just tell them.
I'm going to be very open. Like
Yeah.
so I have a love-hate relationship with Germany, I would say.
Okay.
I actually just wrote a song about it. It's going to be released in 2 months. It's called Berlin Lights, and it's
Berlin
this,
Lights, yeah.
it's this weird push and pull that I feel. So
Okay.
from a cultural standpoint,
Yeah.
it is the exact opposite of the Kenyan culture that we know.
Okay.
And this is just me generalizing, and so I really don't want anyone to take offense here. But we in Kenya are very warm, welcoming, community-based people.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? We
yeah.
need good food, we need company, we need warmth, we need people who care for you. Here in Germany, a lot of people are very individualistic.
Yeah, exactly.
So you miss out on that community feel. I feel like if you are a person of color, there are some instances, not all the time, that you feel a little bit uncomfortable. People treat you differently, especially if you don't speak the language
If
perfectly.
you don't speak the language, yeah.
And food-wise, I mean, I just miss
Currywurst.
I
Currywurst.
just miss home food so bad.
Yeah.
The best restaurant in Berlin is my kitchen,
Okay, kitchen.
because I can't find good Indian food here. But
Yeah.
look, on the other side of things,
Yeah.
there is so much opportunity here,
Yeah.
and I've also ended up meeting amazing people
Okay.
who are helping me grow and learn, and so I have this weird relationship
Yeah.
with Germany that I can't, like, I would be happy to leave, but very sad to leave at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, I would not say, hey, Kenyans don't come to Germany. Never.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of opportunity here.
Okay.
But just be very aware that the cultural differences are large.
Yeah, exactly. Me, I tell people if you have a nice job in Kenya and you're having a good life in Kenya, then stay in
Stay
Kenya.
in Kenya.
Stay in Kenya.
Absolutely.
Because if you come here, you'll have to struggle with a lot of things.
It's a different lifestyle.
Yeah,
it's a different pace of life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
yeah.
just different.
Yeah.
For example, I was just telling a friend this story.
Mm.
Going grocery shopping
Okay.
in Kenya versus going grocery shopping in Germany
Yeah.
are like two different things.
Two different things.
In
yeah.
Kenya, you go, everybody asks you about your day, somebody's there to help
Exactly.
you. You know, they want to know, have conversations with you. It's it's
Exactly.
leisurely, it's
Yeah.
pleasurable.
It's
right?
very
You
different.
enjoy going to the grocery
It's
shop.
very different.
Here, it's like anxiety.
Yeah, it's a
Fast, super efficient, nobody
Tired
asks
from
you about
something.
your day.
Nothing,
It's
nothing.
just really fast, and if you don't finish
Yeah,
very quickly, people get
yeah.
upset at you, and it's like going to the grocery shop it gives me anxiety.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that's another big difference between Kenya and America. Because in America, if I go there, I go to Walmart, I go for shopping like that, yeah?
Yeah.
People know from my accent I'm not American.
Yeah.
I speak English, but they know this guy is not American. So
Yeah.
they try to ask me, where do you come from? Tell them I'm coming from Germany, but my roots are in Kenya. So they try to explore more
Right.
about me, but here is very different. Here is very different.
No, quick, let it
Go.
Yeah.
Go.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, Alicia, I'll take you back to Kenya again. Because you are a Kenyan, we have to talk more about Kenya.
Absolutely.
You were at this casting show, East Africa Got Talent.
Yes.
I didn't have the opportunity to see the show, but there are people who told me that when I told them I'm going to sit with Alicia, and they told me you were there, and there was Jeff Koinange was one of the
Yes.
juries, and then there was Vanessa Mle,
Vanessa MD.
and then there was people, I don't know those guys, one from Uganda and one from
Yeah.
Rwanda, I think so, yeah?
Yeah.
How was your experience there?
Can I be honest?
Be honest. Be honest.
I
You
think
should
it
be
was,
honest.
I think it was the
Take it
the biggest sham of a show I've ever seen.
Sure.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
just ridiculous, honestly.
Okay.
So look, a lot of people in the industry asked me, "What are you doing? You're an already established singer.
Yeah.
Why are you?
Why?
Why
Yeah.
are you doing East Africa's Got Talent?" And I
Exactly.
said, "Simple.
Yeah.
I'm an established singer in Kenya to a very specific market."
Okay.
And the actual, like, the bigger picture, the Kenyans from all over Kenya don't know who I am. I feel like my music was, my music was known by a certain amount of people, but like the majority of Kenyans had no idea who I was.
Okay.
And as a proudly Kenyan artist, I wanted that platform. to be able to share my music. And so I thought, why not? Let's just do it.
Okay.
And so we obviously did the auditions, got in, did the first round, and got a 4-chair. It wasn't a 4-chair turn, that's the voice, but like all of the judges were really, really excited and happy, and they said yes, absolutely. I knew 2 of the judges personally, so that was quite weird. And then after that, after all 4 judges were like, yes, we love you, go to the next round, I get an email saying, oh, sorry, you didn't make it to the next round. And I'm like, huh? How does that work? But I think it's, my opinion is, I was already a well-known artist. And so it just probably wasn't.
To give you that chance again.
Yeah, exactly, which I totally understand. But I'm the kind of person that says take every opportunity, no matter how big or small, because you do not know where it will lead. And I truly believe that. I'm humble. I don't care what people say. I don't care if people were like, what is she doing, being part of East Africa's Got Talent. I had my reasons.
Okay. Did you feel supported by Kenyans on the show? Because, Kenyans are the most, not me I'm saying that, but most of Kenyans say that Kenyans are the most mean people if they have to support one of their own. Even Lupita said it,
Yeah.
Lupita said when she was struggling in Kenya, trying to release movies and everything, nobody supported her.
So
when she won an Oscar, everybody was she was my sister, she's my cousin, she's my neighbor, and everything.
I feel it's exactly the same. I got more support when I was in the Voice of Germany by my Kenyan fans than I did with East Africa's Got Talent.
Okay.
But I never got any negative. I must say, I did get a lot of support, and I still do get a lot of support. But definitely a lot more support when I was partaking in the Voice of Germany.
Okay. So let's talk about your cover versions. You did a cover version with this lady, Linsey Sterling, yeah?
Yes.
How did you meet her? Because she's famous, she's somebody she's known.
She's huge.
Now, and then explain to the people, in Kenya who doesn't know her, who is she?
Linsey Sterling is probably one, if not the most famous violinist in the world.
Okay.
She's one of the biggest YouTubers, and now solo artists. She's a great friend of mine.
Okay.
But we met, funny enough, again through a mutual connection through my cousin. So my cousin was starting this new company, and as a clever marketing way to launch it, they had asked a very big YouTuber called Devin Supertramp to come down to Kenya and to create this video. It wasn't a music video, it was just he does these travel videos, and he was very famous. And he said, can I bring my girlfriend, Linsey Sterling? And I said to my cousin, Linsey Sterling, she is huge. I want to meet her. Please make the connection. Connection was made, and I just said, hey, since you're coming down, would you like to collaborate on a song? And she was like, why don't you send me samples of what you do and we can discuss it. And so I knew that I was going to meet her. I just never knew that I was going to then do a song with her. And we got along so well when she arrived, created We Found Love together, and it went viral. And
it went viral.
That was really 66 million now.
Views, exactly.
Yeah, so she's a very big part of my life still, and she definitely was the person that really ignited my career. I would say.
And why do you do a lot of cover versions? Because when I go to a music list, most of them are cover versions. We did Despacito.
Up until now, yes.
Why?
So, well, actually, it's simple. I was just thinking in terms of business. Now, I'm a small artist from Kenya, and there's this big world around me. How do I get known or build the gap between Kenya and the international market?
I understand you.
Right?
Yeah.
How am I going to do it? My music is not interesting in Kenya at that time, 10, 11 years ago. No one's listening to indie folk. When I say indie, they think it's Indian, So I was like, how do I make it work? So from that cover, for example, I gained a nice big audience. And what I did is then I got her to introduce me to another YouTuber, to introduce me to another big YouTuber to do the same. all of these YouTubers would come to Kenya. They'd get a taste of our beautiful culture and who we are, and doing different works with different organizations that I was working with, and building my following. And the idea that I had in my head was, if you build a big enough audience, when you then put out your original music, you already have people who want to listen.
Listen to the music, exactly.
That's what I was thinking back in the day, and it worked. It worked because I managed to get my name out there in Kenya and internationally through that platform. Otherwise, how would I have done it?
Yeah, that's the right way. That's the right, because I was wondering why she always does only what do they call this thing, cover version and everything, but you have explained the reason why, and I find that very interesting. That's very good.
Yeah, I had to put my business hat on and say, how am I going to be different to every other artist in this country? Okay. What am I going to do to get myself
exactly.
seen?
So as you say, music is business. Are you making money out of music, or you're still investing in music?
It depends. I think it goes up and down. So I have been very lucky to make decent money through music for the majority of my career. But there are months where I literally, or months, 2, 3, 4 months, like in the last 10, 15 years, that I've made almost nothing. Like, and you know, it's, as a musician, you've got to understand that things are always up and down. There's no paid partnerships. There's no gigs. There's you know, and so it depends. But if I have to be honest, I'm of course investing a ton more than I am making. Of course, the music business is just like that. It's an expensive business.
It's expensive business. I know.
We just do it because we love it so much.
We love music,
and we hustle, you know. Musicians are I feel the biggest hustlers in the world, because we have to find a way to make it work.
To make it work, exactly. So if I gave you, or the world gave you an opportunity to collaborate with somebody, anybody in this world, who would you pick?
In this whole world?
Whole world, any artist.
Wow, that's such it's a big one. I think it would probably be either Vance Joy or Bryan Adams.
Bryan Adams. Yeah, Bryan Adams is good. Your voice and Bryan Adams can make something very good.
I mean, that guy is my childhood musical crush.
69.
He's my musical crush. But it'd probably be Vance Joy or Bryan Adams at this stage.
That's very good. So you are also in a casting show here in Germany. It's called The Voice of Germany. And The Voice of Germany is huge.
It's huge.
Everybody watches it in Germany.
Yeah,
Even me, I watched it. I saw
that's
you.
So crazy.
I saw you, and I was like, I saw this lady with Mustafa.
Yeah.
I saw you on TV. So, and you sang this Wicked
Game.
Wicked Game,
Chris
exactly,
Isaac,
exactly. And it was very nice. And they all buzzed, but the first person who buzzed was Sarah Connor. Sarah Connor, I don't know.
Sarah Connor,
In Germany they call Sarah Connor.
Yeah.
So Sarah Connor is a very huge artist here in Germany. And she was like, wow. You know, the first thing when you told her that you come from Kenya, she was like, huh?
Oh yeah, she couldn't
I saw
believe
it.
She couldn't believe it.
And she was the first to buzz, but all of them buzzed.
Yeah.
But you pick Johannes Odin.
Yeah.
Why?
I originally always wanted to go for Sarah Connor, and the reason is that she also sings English music, right? And so she would have the best, I don't know, coaching style when it came to me. But when I sang my song, then Johannes said, I want to sing it for you.
Exactly.
And that man got on that stage and he sang that song better than the original with so much feeling. And,
I remember.
It was the best version of a song I've ever heard, and I just thought I would be so stupid. Actually, forget just him singing. It's also one of his comments. He said in German, but he said that what he would do if he worked with me is take all the instruments out, and it would just be one instrument and your voice, and that's my style. And so in my head I thought, this man understands me, you know, and he is a little bit of like the alternative music side, which is like me. And so I just thought, okay, the world is giving me a sign and the sign is pointing to him. What I didn't realize is what an impact that would have on my journey, because I mean, out of all of the people on the entire show, I was the only one that didn't speak decent German.
Decent German.
And then it gives me a German song.
I saw it.
And I was thinking, never in my wildest dreams did I think that I would get a German song for the battle song.
I remember my wife saying, "Oh, what are they doing to this girl?
What are they doing to this girl?" And it was just I rose up to the occasion. I had to learn those lyrics in 24 hours, you know?
Yeah.
But it was definitely, and it's, I was just really shocked that that I got a German song. And I think if I had picked Sarah Connor, I think she would have given me a more appropriate song, exactly, something that was more appropriate for me as an artist as well, and maybe I would have had better chances. But look, hindsight is 2020. I don't want to complain, because I learned a lot from Johannes Oerding, and I think he's an amazing singer, an amazing person. But I think it was too early for me to have joined The Voice of Germany, only because I didn't speak any German. I had to learn German in 4 months. And so during the entire process, I wasn't thinking as well about the music or enjoying the experience. I'm like, how do I answer this interview question in German? How do I answer the judges? How will I know what they're saying? Exactly. And so it was stressful.
Okay. And what was your experience there? Did you learn something new? Or?
Oh, so much. So much. I mean, I think that changed my entire perspective on who I am as an artist. I had lost a lot of confidence as an artist. Came to The Voice, and I never felt like I was good enough to stand on that stage, and I realized I was more than good enough. I was on the stage that I'm supposed to be with all these amazing musicians. I met so many incredible people, made some insane connections and friends, and figured out that my voice can do amazing things. I went to vocal training every week. So it absolutely changed the game for me, and it opened up a different world here, where I'm getting gigs in different parts of Germany and performing often, and
That's nice. So let's talk about, you just brought out a new song. It's called what's the name of that song?
Not Really Yours.
Not Really Yours. Exactly, Not Really Yours. Why that name? Why that title?
So this specific song was written with my friend Bruce Rooke. He's a Kenyan artist.
He's a Kenyan.
He is amazing. I don't understand why not as many people know about him, because he is probably, to me, one of the best. He's definitely the best songwriter in Kenya, in my opinion, and one of the best singers. He's got a very, very original way of writing and singing, and so it was just a real pleasure. He's like a brother to me. It was a real pleasure to write this with him and perform it. And the song Not Really Yours is basically a breakup conversation made into a song. It's like emotional. It's the theme of unreciprocated love.
I love that song. It's very nice.
And how sometimes, you could also be with somebody that you really care about, but it's just not the right fit. And that terrible conversation of having to say goodbye. And so I'm very proud of it. It's doing very well. And the video is coming out soon as well. But excitingly enough, I have a song being released every month until the end of the year.
Sure.
Yes.
You're a very hard-working artist.
I'm a hard-working girl. I'm a hustle.
Why do you record your songs here? Or do you have a home studio?
No, I have sort of friends with studios, and then I also do a lot of pre-recording at home with So Fresh. And then come here and shoot the videos, etc. So there is a lot of music coming from me.
So Kenyans out there, go to Spotify,
Alisha Popat,
iTunes, wherever, any streaming platform. Search for Alisha Popat and listen to that song. That song is really amazing. I've heard that song, and it's one, I like that song.
Oh,
and
thank
if I
you.
like that song, you are going to like it too. So are you promoting that song in Kenya? Are you going to do a gig in Kenya or anything like that?
It's it's really hard. It's really hard to be living here and trying to promote your music there. You kind of need to be there doing press tours and stuff. And so at the moment I'm not. I'm just. I also started believing that when you push songs or things onto people, not that it gets annoying, but I kind of just wanted to put out my music in the world and try promote it, so that the right people get to hear it.
Okay.
But not to push it down people's throat. Okay. I think right now I'm just releasing music for the love of releasing music and hoping that people pick up on that, and they are, and creating good content on Instagram, etc. But 100% when I get home in November, and when the album comes out, then of course I'm all ready to push and to do as many TV shows, podcasts, radio shows as possible.
Okay. So the next question I have to talk to you about is about Kenyan music. You are Kenyan, you have to talk about Kenyan music. You are Kenyan, I'm Kenyan, you have to talk about Kenyan music. What's your take on Kenyan music?
So my take, I think, has changed a little bit over the years.
Okay.
A few years ago, I was just completely jaded by the industry. It just felt like there were just a few musicians who were making it, and you have to just follow a specific formula to make it. Now it's different. Now I feel like the industry is growing, and there's so many different genres and types of artists, exactly. And people are enjoying that kind of, the variation. So I am seeing a lot of positive movement and progress with the industry. But what I'm not seeing, which I've never seen in Kenya, is Kenyans supporting each other. Yeah. So not even just the artists, even the artists, I mean, there are groups, of course, that support each other, but honestly, nah. Kenyan artists do not support other Kenyan artists, number one. And number two, I think the bigger problem is the sort of Kenyan radio stations, broadcasters, promoters, marketers do not promote Kenyan artists and Kenyan music. Exactly. So there's no way for us to grow.
Okay, this is why Eric Omondi has been hard on that theme, saying the government should, the government should pass a bill in Parliament 75%. Where 75% of Kenyan music should be played, should be on air. What do you think about it?
I would say absolutely yes, 1,000 times yes.
Yeah?
Sure. I mean, look, I understand that it will be a very big change, because from playing commercial music from around the world to now just playing Kenyan music, there's going to be 75%, there's going to be obviously a change. But it is the best possible way to give our culture, our music culture, a chance to get anywhere more than where it is. Okay. To be able to transcend just the Kenyan stage. I mean, Nigerians, for example, they only play their music.
They only play their music.
And they really support each other.
They like their music,
and I feel like we have such amazing artists and such amazing music, yet we don't promote each other, there's so many artists.
There's a lot of hate in Kenya. In Kenya,
and there's a lot of very, very talented artists in Kenya that have no idea where to go. Does that make sense? Yeah. There's no record label help. There's no sort of PR companies that are willing to help, or other artists aren't willing to be like, hey, you wanna learn? Come, let me take you under my wing and help you.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that's where the problems are.
That's the problems. So I asked you one question: if you want to collaborate with an artist all over the world, to give me an answer.
Yeah.
So we are going back to Kenya. Who would you like to collaborate with in Kenya? In your home country?
I have more than one.
I'll give you two.
Okay, I'll give you two.
Okay.
Okay, even though it's not at all my type of music, I just find him absolutely phenomenal, and that's Calligraph Jones.
I've got his number. I think I got his
You got his number?
I got his number and I got his manager's number. If he's still using the same phone,
Because
I've
I think
had an opportunity to meet him.
yeah, because I think a calligraph Alisha Popat song would be pretty legit. Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Even though that's not my style of music. And then I second would probably be pencil.
Okay, pencil. Okay, that's good. That's good. Calligraph of Alisha Popat. Wow, calligraph.
Could you imagine?
Oh gee, I know you'll be watching this thing.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, that's very good. So I'm going to take you out of music. You know the situation in Kenya now.
Yeah.
Politics everywhere, opposition is saying they stole our votes, demonstrations. And
Yeah, it's
everything.
insane.
What do you say? My opinion is, I think we should just move on as a country. We should just move on our country. At long last, Kenya is all ours.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Why are we still fighting and picking at each other? And I just feel like I couldn't believe. Right. I was really proud of how. So I was very scared for these elections. Obviously, a lot of people were, but I was really proud at how it was all. How we all managed to move on in the first 2 weeks.
Okay.
How everybody was like, all right, cool, we're not going to go back to fighting amongst each other. No, we're not doing that, which was great. And then these demonstrations, and I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Like, why can't this country heal? Why are we not able to just move on and put all of our efforts into trying to like create some sort of like peaceful, peaceful, like to resolve this. And I just feel like, again, this is just my own perspective, but the only thing about Kenya that I fear is the element of security. Right? If there was no elements of security, I think the whole world would move to Kenya because it's the best place to live.
It's the best place to live.
It literally is, but the element of security is a big deal. And there are people who are having a very, very hard time. I'm not saying that, it's just politically. And all of a sudden it's back to being chaotic and scary and so much unrest.
Exactly. Kenya. Let's hope it's going to be better because that's our country. And
I feel that it will be. I feel that people are less tolerant to this kind of nonsense. They just want to move on and they want to be happy and they want to make sure that they're being able to feed their kids and take their kids to school and educate their children. I mean, these are all just basic needs. We should be able to handle this as a country.
Do you still travel in Kenyan passport?
Yes.
You still travel in Kenyan
Yes,
passport?
absolutely.
Oh, that's good.
Even if somebody offered me another passport, I would say no.
You'd say no.
I'm telling you now. I don't know. I don't know what it is about us Kenyans. We're just very proud of our country, aren't we?
Okay. So I'm going to take you to a game where I'm going to ask you two things, and you have to choose one.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to choose one.
Okay.
There's no neutrality there. You have to choose one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So the first question is Nairobi or Bali?
Nairobi.
Nairobi. That was very fast.
Easy.
Gucci or Louis Vuitton?
Neither, but if I had to choose one, Gucci.
You have to choose one.
Okay, Gucci.
Gucci. Okay. Casual or elegant?
Casual.
Casual, exactly, just like me. Okay. East Africa Got Talent or The Voice? You give me the answer, but you have to tell me again.
The Voice of Germany.
The Voice of Germany. Okay, one thing. Calligraph Jones or Octopizzo?
Calligraph Jones.
Calligraph Jones. Sauti Sol or Otile Brown?
Sauti Sol.
Sauti Sol. Diamond or Burna Boy?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's really hard, Burna Boy.
Burna Boy?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. R&B or Afrobeat?
Afrobeat.
Afrobeat. Okay, Tupac or Biggie?
Tupac.
Yeah, just like me. Because I'm the kid of those days, you know. Okay, machos or baby boys?
Who now?
Machos or baby boys? You know, men who are machos.
Oh.
Baby boys.
Macho.
Macho.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a bad guy.
Yeah, macho.
Okay, Alicia, give me your closing words.
My closing words.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just very humbled that you guys have decided to come to Berlin and to interview me. I feel very, very much still a part of the Kenyan world and tapestry. I miss home very much. And I guess I just want to say I really, really appreciate everybody who's watching and anybody who goes and listens to my music. I make music simply for the love of it and for people to make memories too. And I just really, really am humbled and appreciate all of your support and love.
Thank you. Give a shout out to Culture 808.
Culture 808, thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, my last word is I'm very happy that I got an opportunity to meet you. You are an amazing lady, and I felt at home.
I'm so glad.
It was very nice, and I'm going to put your handles down here so that all Kenyans, please, sikizeni, fuateni fuateni. Now, I know Kenyans, but I'm going to put her handles, everything there.
Thank you.
Follow her, and please listen to that music. Go to Spotify.
Yes, please.
Boomplay. It's also on Boomplay.
It's on everywhere.
Because Kenyans like free
things.
things.
It's streaming everywhere. Yeah.
Everywhere. Okay. If you can't afford Spotify, go to Boomplay and listen to that music. And my another last word, listen, Kenyans living in Germany. This is the first ever Kenyan podcast in Germany.
Yay!
If you have a story, any kind of story, just DM me, I'll be there, I'll come over there, we'll talk about it. If you're having family problems, if you have a business to promote, if you're an artist, there are a lot of Kenyan artists there, and nobody knows them in Germany, nobody knows them. Yeah? Just DM me, I'll put my contacts down there. I'll come over there. You don't need to travel. I'll come over there. We'll do that thing. You just tell me where it is, and then we shoot it out. Anyway, thank you, Alicia.
Thank you.
It was
thank
nice
you so
meeting
much.
you.
You too.
And
you
I'm
too.
very happy.
Me too. You made my day. Oh, thank you. I'm missing home now.
You're missing home.
Yeah. I'm totally missing home now.
Okay.